What is going on, everybody? It's your coach, Danny C, coming at you live. What's up, DC Fitness Squad? Hope we're doing well today, and I'm really excited about today's topic. We're going to be talking about 3 tips to stop your bloating. All right, this is definitely going to be very important because I think with a lot of individuals, whether you're overeating, undereating, or just kind of think you're eating pretty healthy, we get bloated sometimes. All right. And I want to 100% help you out with this live training, with this podcast. I know it's going to deliver some sort of value. All right. So I want to get this podcast started. 3 tips to stop your bloating. If you're watching right now, I appreciate you. Just give me a thumbs up in the comments if you're watching right now and you're going to tune in to get some value. And if you're watching on the replay, just hashtag replay in the comments so I know who's tuning in, so I know who's getting value. All right. But I'm going to get this started. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. It means a lot. Let's get this podcast going. I'm excited. Let's go. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Men's Fat Loss Made Easy podcast, where I'm here to give you massive value that you can implement on your fat loss journey. Today, I will be sharing 3 tips to stop your bloating, all right, for good. Because let's be honest, guys, all right, bloating sucks, all right? We can't move. We're sluggish, we feel like it's Thanksgiving and we're like, we have no motivation. We just want to sit on the couch, only sit at our desk, do our work that we have to, and then just go to bed, watch some Netflix, whatever it is for you. Maybe watch some ESPN, watch some news, then that's it. All right, and then we're a little bit bloated. And then we think, sometimes we start to realize, like, I didn't even eat that much. You start saying that to yourself. Then we dare to hop on that scale and it's 3 pounds heavier. And then you're like, what is going on? Right now, we're bloated, we weigh more, and we're pissed. All right, so I'd love to help settle your nerves with your bloating situations. First, we have to realize that when that scale goes up quickly, it's usually water weight, not fat. All right, it's usually water weight, water being retained in your body, not fat. All right, next, I want to give you 3 important tips to stop your bloating. All right. Tip number 1, this always works for me. All right. I learned this from my first fat loss mentor. Take a nice, gentle stroll in the park, 5-minute walk after your meal. It doesn't actually have to be in a park, but like around your neighborhood, whatever. For me, I would just walk around like my block one time, a nice 5-minute stroll, 5-minute walk if you are bloated. All right. A 5-minute walk after your meal will speed up your metabolism, aid in the digestion process, and also stop that bloating. All right, so try a 5-minute walk after a bigger meal where you feel bloated. All right, guys. The second thing, the second tip to stop your bloating, lower your sodium intake. Now, this is very important. I need you to realize that sodium is not bad for you. Our body actually needs an adequate amount of sodium per day. All right. It also doesn't lead to gaining body fat. All right. A lot of people have that misconception. Oh, I have to cut back on the sodium because I'm going to get fat. Not true. All right. It doesn't make you gain body fat, but what sodium does is retain water in your body. So that's why that scale goes up and that's why you feel bloated. It's really just extra water being held in your body. So maybe just take a touch of sodium out of your meals if you think that your sodium intake, the salt, is excessive, all right? Because that can lead to bloating. That's the second tip. Lower the sodium just a little bit. It's not bad for you, but it may help your bloating, all right? First tip was take a nice, gentle 5-minute walk. Second tip, lower the sodium intake. Third tip number 3 to stop your bloating. This is so important. Something I just honestly learned, eat slower. Eat slower. Plenty of us, including me, are guilty of scarfing down our foods. All right, the speed of consumption can definitely influence bloating. All right, so slow down, chew your damn food, and take your time. All right, you have to realize, like, digestion doesn't start in here. Digestion starts in here. Digestion starts with you breaking down your food. So if your food is going down your digestive tract in chunks because you didn't chew enough, then imagine how bloated and lethargic and gross and just sluggish you're going to feel compared to actually breaking it down into the, in other words, mush that it's supposed to be. You're supposed to break down your food, all right, into, have it. It's not supposed to be like chunky. All right. It kind of sounds gross, but that's the truth. That's the start of the digestion process. So it starts in the mouth. Make sure you're chewing your food, and that's going to be easier for your metabolism, easier for your digestive tract. It's going to be easier to absorb those nutrients that your body needs to lose that weight that you really want. You want to lose that body fat, feel comfortable, feel good. You can't be doing that if you're feeling bloated all the time. So take this advice. Tip number 1, make sure you get a 5-minute walk in if you're really feeling bloated. 2, you got to limit the sodium, the salt. If you're very excessive, you do need sodium in your diet. But if it's excessive, maybe take a step back. And all right, make sure that you try to eat slower. I see so many people just scarfing down their food in 5 minutes, and they're like, oh, I love it. And it's like you're doing your body a disservice, especially your digestive system. So eat slower, enjoy the meal, take a second to breathe, and that will 100% help you. So, gentlemen, I hope this helps. Thank you so much for tuning into this podcast. I really do appreciate you. Hope you have the best day ever. See ya. Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. It means a lot. I hope I was able to deliver some sort of value. If this was valuable, all right, give me a yes in the comments if this was valuable for you. Give me a yes in the comments if this was valuable. All right. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. I think this was really, really important. Bloating. All right. And bloating doesn't just happen after Thanksgiving. Like bloating happens to a lot of individuals that are maybe sedentary, have too much sodium in their diet, kind of just like what I talked about, or are eating too fast, right? So use the tips that I actually talked about in this podcast, and you'll 100% limit your bloating, and you'll make sure you're feeling good, confident, ready for this summer, feeling slim, skinny, feeling good. All right. So I hope that all made sense. Let's go. Let's go. I got a yes. I appreciate you, man. It means the world. Thank you so much. I love it. I love it. Drop a yes if this was valuable. This all made sense. And I'll talk to you all tomorrow. All right. Have the best day ever. See ya. Bye. Peace up, protein.